The hat is not mine. I just stole it. Hi, my name is Tatiana Krichman, and I will be presenting you the lesson, This is Not My Hat. My lesson plan is oriented for the first grade general education classroom with a focused learner who is an English language learner and who is having struggles with reading comprehension. I picked the book by Jon Klassen, This is Not My Hat, and I was planning to have a series of lessons, with this being the second one. The first lesson would be built around this book, I Want My Hat Back, and I think it is beneficial for all students to build lessons on the series of books of the same author because they get familiar with the style of the author and the format of the book, and this is definitely a plus and benefit for English language learners. And this book I picked, it doesn't have a lot of complex vocabulary, but the text that is in this book, it is semantically rich, and it opens up the whole field of questions and inquiries which are to be brought during the lesson. Besides that, the end of the book is kind of ambiguous and it is an open end. It is a great place to ask students to hypothesize about the end of the book, about what happened to the little fish and whether he deserved the punishment and what kind of punishment they would think of for this little fish stealer. So I would start this. I would start this as a guided read aloud with the questions asked along the process, and after the read aloud, I would model them the process of defining the character traits by reading it from the pictures and from the context clues, and we will build like a chart with the character traits of little fish, with later comparing it, the little fish character, with the character of rabbit from this book, from the first one. So in this process, the students will be able to recall the information from the previous lesson, and they will be able to compare these two characters with my help, with the guidance. So after this activity, I am planning to distribute the worksheets, and in this worksheets, the students will be asked to fill out like Venn chart, comparing the two characters of rabbit and little fish by filling out the similarities and differences, and later on they should be able to write a sentence like why the characters are different and how are they the same. Prior to filling out this worksheet, they will be able to discuss it with their partners, and I'm planning to partner my focus student with the native English speaker, and in this situation my learner will be able to learn from the best, from the speaker who can model and who can teach. And after students are done with the filling out of these worksheets, they will cross-check by switching the papers with the partner, and the partner will evaluate the work of their partners and fill out the check mark, like what do you think was done and what do they think that was not done. And I think it's it's awesome, it's great when students are able to not only make their work, but evaluate other students' work. It makes them think, and I think it's the best. It's much better than just me assessing their work and giving them the mark or comment. As an extension, I was thinking to ask the students to draw the alternative ending of the story, which would give a chance to students to hypothesize again about the possible ending. And as a homework assignment, I would ask the students to work with parents to draw a hat, to design a hat for poor little fish who didn't have his own hat and had to steal one from the big fish. And I think it's a good place where parents can discuss with their children the problems of stealing, of lying. This was the presentation of the lesson plan based on the books of Jon Klassen, and I would like to thank you for watching, and I would like to tell that this was an awesome course. I enjoyed it very much. I learned a lot, and I really enjoyed the format of the online coursework. I have never done it before, and I think it's, you know, it was beneficial for me. And that's it. Thank you.